Street Racers is your inside guide to what's happening in the dynamic world of Formula E. All the action and exclusive sneak peeks behind the scenes, plus the fascinating world of technology, gaming and music.
Let's check out what's coming up in this episode.
Straight after the first race in Ad Diriyah in Saudi Arabia, there was the first chance this season for the teams to test their machines on track, and there were some new faces taking control of the wheel.
You don't see so many female drivers anywhere in the world, so to give more female drivers opportunity to race is always a good thing.
Being a racing driver is physically tougher on your body than you may think, so staying fit is key. We join Felipe Massa as he goes through a gym session in his hometown of Monaco.
The Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy is the first ever all-electric production racing series, and it's supporting Formula E this season. We thought we'd take a look at what went down at the first race.
Audi drivers Lucas de Grassi and Daniel Abt try to settle who is the fastest, using quite a different beast from normal.
This season got off to a dramatic start in the opening race in Ad Diriyah.
Pole position went to BMW Andretti's Antonio Felix da Costa, but it was current champion DS Chachita's Jean-Eric Verne who had the bit between his teeth, determined to make up places after starting fifth.
Having taken the lead with teammate Andre Lotto right behind him, both cars were given drive-through penalties for technical faults, handing the lead back to da Costa, who would defend until the checkered flag.
Plenty to talk about for our commentary team of Jack Nichols and Dario Franchitti.
So we're here in the pit lane after the Ad Diriyah E-Prix. Dario Franchitti has joined me. What did we learn? Did we learn anything from today?
It rains more in Saudi Arabia than I thought. I mean, that was the first thing. What did we learn? From this morning, the kind of chaos of the rain causing practice to be delayed, the result of qualifying, everything was a little bit jumbled up. But then Antonio Felix da Costa came through. What I learned was put a decent car underneath him and he's going to be a championship contender.
Do you think we have a true competitive order? Do we know who the front runners are and who's going to struggle, or did the rain kind of mix that all up and we'll have to wait until Marrakesh?
I think it mixed it up a little bit, but there was definitely some surprises there. The Audis maybe struggling more than we thought. Yeah, I thought they were going to come through the field, but then looking at the Chachita cars coming from a drive-through penalty each, coming right back up into the fight for the win in Jean-Eric Verne's face. They showed they've got massive pace. There's definitely a kind of a two-tier system from today, I would say, the ones that are really on it and the ones that are struggling.
F1 star-wise, Felipe Massa, Stoffel Van Dorn, the two guys joining the grid for this year. What did you make of their performances?
I thought Stoffel's qualifying was very good. Practice he did a great job in the wet practice too. He seemed to struggle a bit. I don't know if it was energy management, what was going on there. Again, the Venturi cars were not massively quick. Saying that, Felipe Massa, some of his overtaking manoeuvres, he had a drive-through penalty too for overuse of power, but his overtaking manoeuvres, particularly into turn 21.
And there's the look into the final corner at 21. Good stuff from Felipe Massa.
Good job, Felipe, good job. We keep pushing.
And what did we make of attack mode? It seemed to spice things up a little bit. It was a little bit varied here and there.
Yeah, I thought attack mode worked. It allowed some overtaking opportunities. We saw Jose Maria Lopez actually miss the activation zone on 2 occasions, which I think was the only person I saw actually miss it. But no, it had the desired effect. Something that can be tuned infinitely to play around and make sort of life difficult and interesting for the teams.
Van Dorn was solid, but HWA in general had a bit of a tricky weekend, but it is their first season in the championship.
They are the only new team. You know, HWA are trying to figure all this out. Every other team, whether it's new drivers, new partners and with the drivetrain, they've been here before. HWA, it's all new.
Crashed. Sorry, guys.
Okay, copy. Are you okay?
They're a phenomenal team. They've got phenomenal success in DTM and GT racing, other areas. It'll just take them a little bit of time, I think.
Andretti already existed in Formula E as a team, but this year they're full BMW for the first time. I mean, you've literally just been speaking to the top bods at BMW. They must be quite happy.
I think that's an understatement. They're very happy, and they did say when they allowed to sort of flex their muscles a bit, you'll see more what they're capable of, and we really did see that this weekend. But the pecking order right now, I think absolutely at the top is DS Techeetah. They looked mighty today, and everybody, to varying degrees, is going to be worried. And over Christmas, New Year, getting ready for the next race in Marrakesh, they're going to be thinking, how do we close that gap to them?
We've also got the first in-season test tomorrow, so in some ways, I guess that'll negate all the lack of running they had this morning. It's going to become a very important test.
Yeah, with a bit of work being done tonight, putting some of the cars back together that were maybe scratched up a little bit. But then, although a lot of the drivers are very inexperienced, certainly in Formula E terms and other racing terms, they're going to be tremendous pressure on them tomorrow, because these teams are going to be saying, right, we need this. And I think, if I'm correct, the normal drivers are going to be running in the morning. I think we're going to see a lot of that tomorrow morning. But then in the afternoon, still, every lap counts. They're going to be saying to these young drivers, okay, we need you to do this, we need you to do this, we need feedback on this. Any lap, they want as much information as possible.
The teams have learnt a lot, if not everything. We've learnt a lot, if not everything. I think there's even more to find out in Marrakesh.
And the rest of the season.
Definitely a lot to learn from that first race. And with the Sunday test session happening the next day, it was a chance for the teams to bring in some new faces to the world of Formula E. Tatiana Calderon is a 25-year-old racing driver from Bogota, Colombia. Having recently spent time working as Sauber's F1 test driver, she was the first name on DS Techeetah's list when they were looking for someone new for the first in-season testing session in Saudi Arabia. We first caught up with her on a freezing morning at the team base in Paris.
That was my first taste of a Formula E car here in Paris, but I can't wait to get more serious on a proper track in Riyadh, so come join us, follow me. We've just done the first track walk here in Al Diriyah, and yeah, the track looks incredible, very challenging, so I definitely look forward to my first experience in a proper track in Formula E. So first session in the morning done. It was a great experience, first time in Formula E car. This track is very challenging, so learn a lot in the morning, and now we're off to do more work in the afternoon.
She seems very committed. I'm going to look at her data, try to guide her now after her first outing, make sure she gets up to speed right, so she can actually give us also feedback about the car and make us move forward.
Tatiana wasn't the only woman behind the wheel in Ad Diriyah. She was joined by some of the brightest female stars of the racing world.
It's the first time ever that 9 female drivers were testing together with the official drivers in Formula E in the same track. So I think it's something really good.
There are just not that many females starting karting, working their way up through the ranks, sticking with it. And I think if they see that it's possible and they have it in their head that that's what they want to do, then it opens doors.
I think nowadays women have shown that they are capable and they're powerful enough to race at the same level as men. We've seen it in GP3, we've seen it in Formula cars, so hopefully in future we'd see women race at the same level as men and it won't be rare anymore.
I think it's great that Formula E are giving opportunities to many different drivers and also female drivers.
You don't see so many female drivers anywhere in the world, so yeah, to give more female drivers opportunity to race is always a good thing.
It's rare you see so many females on track at the same time. It's great that Formula E have put on this event and encourage more women to get involved, because hopefully it's just a numbers game and we can see more rise to the top shortly.
I think Formula E is always pioneering, looking for innovation, and I think the fact that they're having a female driver test here in Riyadh is a great addition to the Formula E.
My first day in Formula E with DS Techeetah, it was an incredible experience. I had a lot of fun, a great track, so I hope that I can have another go at it.
Next up, we spend some time with Venturi's Felipe Massa to find out just why fitness is so important in Formula E.
Well, I think fitness is very important. You're driving the car, everybody thinks, you're driving the car, it's so easy. You sit it, you relax, you're driving, you have fun. People doesn't understand that you have a lot of G-force when you're driving. Every corner, every braking, every acceleration. So you work really in the higher way your cardio, because you have a lot of downforce in the car, so you have a lot of grip on the corner. You need to train so many different parts of your body to be in the top level. Maybe if you do something which is not correct, maybe you can even get hurt at the end, you know. So it's important to have like a professional guy next to you to really put you in the right direction. Otherwise, you're not training perfectly.
For Felipe, of course, I have the luck to follow him for 6 years from Formula 1, so I really understand his needs. I believe that the last 3 years he's been on the top of his form. He's improved a lot. From what I've seen in motorsport and generally in sports, there is not many athletes who have the capacity to train in that way. I believe that it's really important for a racing driver to push himself. They need to do a lot of proprioception, and they need to do a lot of multifunctional movements, because that's what they do in the car. You know, they have orders, they need to press buttons. In the same time, they can have pressure for somebody behind them. They're having G-force on the corner. So the fitter they are, the more oxygen capacity they have. They can find solutions in the difficult moments of the racing.
Formula E, the steering wheel is much heavier than Formula 1. So you need to have more muscle, especially for your arms and for your shoulder. So definitely the training of Formula E is a little bit different. So you can even get a little bit more weight in terms of muscles compared to Formula 1. You need a very good combination by cardio, you know, because otherwise your heart will be too high, the heart rate, plus all the vibrations that you have from bumps. So your body is shaking a lot, so you need to have a very good abdos as well. It's not only driving the car, it's a big training when you are driving, especially in the limit, especially in the race that is quite long.
I think the way we've been training with Felipe is really in a good way. He's gonna be more than ready to be competitive for a long day of qualifying and races for the Formula E event.
Not bad for one of the more experienced drivers on the grid. Props to Felipe. When Formula E visited Ad Diriyah in Saudi Arabia, it wasn't just the first E-Prix of the new season, but a historic moment in the motorsport world. This one-of-a-kind street circuit played host to the world's first all-electric production car race series, the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy. An international mixed-gender grid featured 12 drivers prepared to go bumper to bumper in identical Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy race cars. With a top speed of 200 kilometers per hour, these adapted electric road cars are capable of accelerating from 0 to 100 in just 4.5 seconds. This support series will follow the FIA Formula E Championship around the world, and the 21 corners, bumps, twists, and turns of this wet Saudi track played host to a very dramatic season opener.
Here come the lights, the first ever Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy Series races go! Good start from Evans, Sellers is coming with him, decent start as well from Stefan Radzinski, but Evans immediately comes over, covers the inside line, onto the brakes, into the first corner. Is there going to be any contact? Radzinski goes very deep into that corner, and he's going to lose out to Al-Asai. So Al-Asai makes up a place. He's got the inside line for turn 20, and there's a little bit of a brush between them, and somehow Radzinski manages to hold on to the place. But it is Simon Evans who leads in this 23-minute plus 1 lap race. So Alice Powell has got in front, of Bandar Al Asai. Oh, this was the move from Alice Powell. Whoa, decisive. Came out into turn 18. Job done. Good move. And there's a little bit of a slide for Kaka Bueno. I think Radzinski might have wanted a little look into turn 14. Not really an overtaking opportunity. And as a result, Alice Powell now is right on the back of Stefan Radzinski. But Powell might be going here on Radzinski up the inside, and that's 2 places gained now for Alice Powell. She's carving her way through the order, started 7th, now up into 5th position in the guest car. Through turn 21, and this now is the penultimate lap of the race. So 2 laps to go in the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy. These 3 really getting close. There goes Jimenez up the inside of Sellers. Great move. Jimenez forces his way through into 2nd place. That's the move Radzinski tried to pull earlier, but Jimenez has pulled it off beautifully. Simon Evans now X's towards turn 20. You can hear the applause starting to ripple around the circuit. Simon Evans about to make history by winning the first ever Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy Series. It's the checker flag and the win for Simon Evans.
What a drive from Simon. I can't wait to see what happens when these guys get loose on a dry track. It's good to see electric vehicle racing in cars close to what you can already buy and drive on the road.
Here comes the Grassi up the inside of Evans. Evans has to give him room. The Grassi caught him napping.
New season, new car, no more problems. This championship is going to be mine again.
Hey Lucas, dreaming about winning again or what?
I'm not even sure you're the fastest in the team this year. All right, prove it. What should we race? I've got an idea.
الطيور تطير مسافات على حسب صيدته. الطير ما يهمه المسافة، أهم شيء إنه يصيد صيدته. يعني يطير علشان فريسته، إن صادها وقف. ما صادها يبتل معها. وكل طير على حسب صقامه. بالمهونة ولا يرضى بشيء. تعامله كأنه خويك. والحين يا أهل السباق والسرعة وش تبون من الطيور؟ هنا طيرين، اختاروا واحد منها ونهده لكم.
Okay, let's do paper, scissors, stone. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The one. I choose this one, the small one. Fast. Your friends are here, Daniel. What's happening here? Straight into the target. Fastest pigeon in the Middle East. That worked out really well. Having a good time in the desert, in the dunes. It's okay.
Lucas, you are the winner!
Yes! Let's hope Daniel's car works better than his Falcon this season.
Round 2 of the season takes place in Marrakesh, where last season we saw an epic race. It's now just weeks away, so let's find out how the drivers will be getting ready for it.
And we go green in Marrakesh. It's a good start from Rosenquist.
Hey Street Racers, so I'm just back from Saudi Arabia and yeah, now it's time to relax a little bit.
over Christmas and New Year, see the family and catch up with friends. But then it's going to be straight back to work after New Year. So spending time in the simulator, preparing for Marrakesh. Again, it's going to be a new circuit for me, but I'm very excited for the second round. So hope to see you guys there.
Four wide into turn 4. How's that going to work out? Daniel Afton, Nelson Piquet going side by side. Eduardo Mortara running off.
Hey guys, the second race of Formula E Season 5 in Marrakesh is getting closer, and of course we're preparing really hard as the start of the season for us wasn't as expected. So we will push, we will try everything. I hope you cross fingers, support us, we need it, and see you at the race day.
And De Grassi goes through! They're very, very close on the exit.
Hey, Street Races. Eduardo Mortara here for Venturi. It's Christmas, so spending a little bit of time with the family, going to the mountains, skiing a little bit. And I wish you all the best, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and see you next year. Take care.
Now, he's going to be under pressure from that dark green Jaguar of Nelson Piquet, who tries to go around the outside and does it. Good move.
Hi everyone, I'm sure you know where I am now with my family. We're having a few days off, so it's been a few days since the first race in Saudi with the Gen 2 car. It's been overall a good race, you know, good point for the team. I was hoping for a little bit more after the first few laps, but you know, we are working hard now for Marrakesh. And I will be back with the team, you know, start of the year to prepare Marrakesh as well as possible, and we hope to, of course, do better there. See you guys and have a Merry Christmas.
Looks to the inside line, and Rosenqvist leads!
Hey Street Racers, obviously this was not the weekend that I was aiming for. Still there is lots of positives from this weekend to take to Marrakesh. I'm very much looking forward to show our real potential, and simulator preparation will be a main part, and as well spending a lot of time at the factory of my Geox Dragon team.
Rosenqvist now takes the lead of the championship with victory in Marrakesh.
Yeah, well done guys, mega job. So dear Formula E friends, we're back here in Seefeld, my favorite training spot. Next race is Marrakesh. I have a bit of time off before the holidays to get in shape. So hopefully we can get our 1-2 back in Marrakesh. So yeah, happy holidays to everyone, and stay tuned.
We can't wait for Marrakesh either. Let's hope it's as good a race as last year.
Anyway, before we go, let's take a look at what's been going on in the world of social media.
Formula E posted this video of race winner Antonio Felix da Costa's parking skills, or lack thereof.
Oh, he nearly missed his pole slot there, da Costa.
Yeah, I can find a lot of excuses in my driver book of excuses, but basically I just parked it really completely wrong. All of the BMW road car guys who made our powertrain, they said, oh, it looks like we must give you more than just an engine. You need a parking assistance in your car as well. And I asked him for steering heating and seat heating as well. So let's see if I get all of that.
Jerome D'Ambrosio posted this epic podium selfie. It's great to see the custom passed on through the years.
2016 Formula One champion Nico Rosberg tweeted his congratulations to Antonio Felix da Costa after his Race 1 win.
Lucas de Grassi insted this pic of him and his friend the Falcon from the desert of Saudi Arabia.
Jeff's sister Leah may have just taken sibling banter a bit far. Pretty sure he will be after revenge for this over the holidays.
Well, that's all we got time for in this episode of Street Racers, but don't worry, as we'll be back very soon with a show jam-packed with all the action, thrills and spills from round 2 in Marrakesh.